Hey, what's up, Onward here. Today I want to talk to you guys about my first crit race. If you guys are new here, I talk about cycling content. I post videos every Friday. Hit that like and subscribe button though for more content like this, but let's get into it. So once you get there, especially for this one, this was the Tour of America's Dairyland. If you look through like their site, most of them, including Intelligentsia Cup and this one, basically kind of lay out what the requirements are. So in this one, there's stuff about COVID guidelines, so they took your temperature, and you know, if you're there for multiple days, you could also just show your COVID vaccine card and they'll give you one for the entire week. But basically, when I got there, I had to go through like a health screen thing, which was that. And then I went over to basically the check-in booth. So during the check-in process, after I had that little band and everything, what I had to do was basically show my race license through USA Cycling. So I pulled that up on my phone, showed it to the lady, and then from there, I just, you know, put on my bib. So the one thing that I did find with the bib is, you know, they did have some pins there. So I grabbed some, I took them to my car, mainly because I didn't know they'd have, you know, safety pins. But as you can see on my jersey, I put it kind of further to the side and I should have put it more on my back. But talking to people, you know, since your arms are more forward, if it's even on your side a little bit, it's not the end of the world. But that's something I know for next time. So one thing I do wish I could have provided for you guys was more power numbers. I just got the Rival power meter put on my bike. I've done one ride on it so far. So coming up in a future video, probably Friday, this next video, I'm going to talk to you guys about power meters and kind of my experience with this so far. Just a quick intro, or I might do something before if I have a second, but yeah. So I got to the race a little bit early, so I kind of walked around, explored a little bit. I had a little bit of time to basically test out the course, so I rode around a couple laps before the race even started, just to kind of see what it was. And since this was my first crit, it was probably a bad one to choose just because it had a uphill section, you know, combined with a lot of the other stuff, and I'm still, you know, trying to figure out how to do it. Trying to kind of peak out on Trainer Road, which should be closer to like September because I just did the 200 miles last week. So this one was still like a lot of extra effort for me. So it was interesting, but overall a really fun experience to really learn, you know, what is a crit race, how to kind of do that with a group. So after I rode around the lap a couple times, I kind of just followed people. So, you know, kind of where the start line was, there was a little gap in the barrier that everyone kind of started to gather around. And I just hung out with them in there, in that area. And then once that women's 4-5 group was done, we kind of just all went to the back, and they had the ride leader kind of be up front. They did a quick intro and then everybody moved forward. And one of the things that I did notice like in the lineup is it's kind of important, not so much like front to back where you go, but side to side, because I kind of wasn't thinking about it too much. I was just like, okay, we're starting, I'm gonna line up. But since there was a really tight corner on that left side, I probably should have lined up closer to the middle or to the far right side. So then I could have just taken it from there, because I ended up crashing into the barrier a little bit on that first straightaway, just because wasn't prepared. And then a few other people got caught up, and it's kind of hard to move over at the last second. Okay, so for the race itself, how did that go for me? So the race itself, I mean, I didn't do well. I ended up not finishing just because I also didn't know entirely how the placing works and stuff, because they basically started pulling people out, and I was like, well, might as well just get out of here. So I kind of pulled off, but that was a good learning experience for me, was to know, like, you know, no matter what, try to push through and just get to them pulling you, because then you get ranked versus just stopping before they pull you. I did notice like those uphill sections definitely winded me, so it was hard for me to like basically go into a headwind, go up, and do stuff like that. So that's definitely something I'm gonna keep working on, is doing, you know, learning courses, learn more strategy. But overall, you know, everyone was really friendly. You know, I was new, but no one was like rude or anything. They were really nice to me about everything. So I really do want to work on basically that more explosive fitness and learning to like accelerate quicker, and accelerating harder and being able to like recover quicker. So I'm gonna keep using Turn the Road and work on that. So far, it's basically been a grand fondo plan for that 200-mile ride I did. And basically, you know, what's next? In 2 weeks, I'm doing the Intelligentsia Cup. So that's another great, you know, challenge for me to like learn more about how to race, learn more about strategy. I saw on Instagram, basically they're gonna split the 4 or 5 groups. So I should get more experience with people in my group, because it felt like a lot of people in this race, you know, have been racing longer, they have more experience than what I do. So, you know, it was a great way to learn, but at the same time, it'll be great to kind of see where I compare to just people who are on that same plane as me as far as race experience. So yeah, that's what's next. Hit that like and subscribe button though for more content like that, like this, and let me know what you guys want from Intelligentsia Cup, whether you want daily vlogs,